A Chicago native traveling the country portraying a popular U.S. president, and he recently made a stop here in Sioux Falls. Eric Thorstensen introduces us to Joe Wiegand, this week's Someone You Should Know.
Sir, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good, I'm glad to meet you. I'm Theodore Roosevelt.
Joe Wiegand is a Theodore Roosevelt repriser.
Would have never been president, but for my experiences in North Dakota.
Who bears a striking resemblance to the country's 26th president.
Oh, it's funny now. I've been growing the mustache since I was 13. You could see it when I was 18. The eyes went bad in grad school. My wife will tell you I'm a bigger man than I was when she married me. And Teddy was 5'8" and 220. I was 5'8" and 220. And I built my body. And it does appear I may have overdone it just a bit.
Joe really got interested in doing this after reading a book about Roosevelt.
You know your history, that late 19th century boom and bust and panics on Wall Street. When everyone else was panicking and selling, grandfather kept his cool. Ever since I was a little shaver, I loved history. My fourth grade teacher, Miss Rogers, let me go to the library because I finished my math so early, and I'd read presidential biography, and those are the books I took home. I was in my grave that January 8th of 1919. That July 4th, Seth Bullock and the pioneers of South Dakota. And I read that book, and being the son of a hippie comedian, having grown up in showbiz, I was familiar with the genre of the one-man show. On the road from Deadwood to Spearfish, now called Mount Roosevelt. It's a short, squat tower of South Dakota stone and cement, short and solid. It looks like a rook on a chessboard. I think that's quite appropriate for me.
So after working many years in Illinois state politics, Joe began that one-man show.
You know, it's the Johnny Cash song, right? I've been everywhere. In 2008, we got an RV, performed in all 48 continental states, and then the Navy flew me to Hawaii. I was blessed to be able to go to Alaska. We didn't attend school. Diseases like cholera and typhoid were rampant. And sometimes over 400 performances a year.
One of his recent performances was at the Touchmark All Saints Senior Living in Sioux Falls. This generation is his favorite.
If Tom Brokaw told us about America's greatest generation, those that came through the Depression and World War II, saved America, saved democracy for the world, then these are the children of America's greatest generation. These are the Korean War and Vietnam War veterans. These are the men and the women that helped provide me with the opportunities that I had as a young person. If you reached into the icebox for a snack, you might pull out my collection of mice. One of the wonderful things I enjoy doing is bringing to life that character who was just so vibrantly, joyfully full of life, and especially when he was in the arena, battling for the right as he saw the right to do. And I also wrote a $14,000 check to purchase 450 head of cattle.
Joe lives in Medora, North Dakota now, an area where Teddy once owned a cattle ranch. It's also where the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library will open on July 4th.
And so over the last decade, there's been first legislation, and then a not-for-profit, and then fundraising, and now at the conclusion of the construction, we're just ready to open the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library and Museum, a $400 million project in a town of 150 people.
And he's got some final words of advice from the man he so often turns into.
In the words of Theodore Roosevelt, do what you can with what you have, where you are. If you can stand, we might join together. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. God bless America. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet planted firmly on the ground. Bully. God bless America.
In Sioux Falls, Eric Thorstensen, Dakota News Now.
My home, sweet home. Bully. Thank you so very, very much.
Joe has also performed at the White House, and he does the Teddy Roosevelt Show at the Town Square Show Hall in Medora, North Dakota, which runs from early June through early September. And as always, if there's someone you think we all should know, please email a nomination to news@dakotanewsnow.com.